This is gonna be my first interview video, and this is actually one of my best friends growing up. He's actually my neighbor growing up until, how old were you when you probably moved out?
Like 8, I think.
Like 8. Saddest day of my life. I was still
You still
right by.
remember it?
Yeah, man. I still remember when you were building your house. You were all happy and like we're just low key sad, man.
I think we would ride our bikes to my house now.
Yeah, and even in Mexico, where my grandma lives and where he lived, it's literally like right there.
Dope.
Well, anyways, this is Adrian Garcia, and I mean, first things first. I mean, just tell me a little bit about yourself, man.
So like you said, my name is Adrian Garcia. We were neighbors growing up till about us being 8 years old. I was 8 years. How old were you? 9?
Yeah, I think I'm only a couple months older.
Yeah. Well, you were like old as shit. Nah. But so then I moved, and we still kept in touch, and for shit, now we're here. But a little bit about myself: 24 years old. Love video games, music, just chilling. I'm a homebody like crazy. Man, I'm just a chill dude.
All right. So for the people that don't know you, because like I said, I know you, right? But like, okay, where were you born? Like,
where was I born?
Yeah.
Like hospital?
Just in general, yeah. Like,
I mean,
I was do state because there might be some creeps out there.
They're
gonna come find you, bro.
Florida, bro. Florida, born and raised.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it here, bro. It's hot as shit. Oh, that's my son, by the way.
We got Nico over here.
Hey, you don't want me to tell him now? Nah, but Florida, born and raised. Do
you feel like people from Florida have like a whenever you see somebody from New York, right? Like
right.
They got the Timbs, they got the accent. You see people from Cali, like they're just like naturally
Skinny
cool
jeans,
people,
skaters and
yeah.
shit.
People from North Carolina, they got a little country in them.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like people from Florida? Like, do you think like if I were from out of state and I were to see you, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's from Florida.
I think so. I think our the way we say our words. Like, I have a lot of family in California, and when they say, like, for example, like sand, I say it like real sharp, like sand, and they say sand, like more like
they'll be like ponds.
Like ponds, like what's up them ponds, it's like more like almost like
more proper.
No, not even more proper, just like more like smooth, more swaggish, more. We're from the South, so it's more like straight to the point, just
we just get straight to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now going back deep in time, right? Like, what's your first memory that you could remember when you were like Nico's age, right? Like, maybe not even Nico's age, but just the first memory that comes to your mind ever.
Right. Damn, that's deep. That's deep.
It doesn't. Or maybe if it's not even like the exact one, but like one that's like the most meaningful to you, if that makes sense.
Well, another thing about myself, bro, I have like the worst memory ever. So damn.
What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
For breakfast?
I'm just testing your memory, bro.
I don't even know now, but damn. My first memory is probably like that little trampoline that I had when I was a jit.
Oh. So you had a trampoline?
Yeah. A little trampoline though. It wasn't like those big ones. Those like little personal ones.
Oh, okay.
That, or maybe like riding my bike, and right outside my trailer there was like a tree, and obviously the tree had trunks.
I remember those roots.
So those roots.
Yeah, the roots.
The roots. So I would just use that as a little ramp. Probably that's gotta be.
You ain't never bust your ass?
Come on, bro. Who has it?
That's true. And what about like your parents? Like, your parents are from Florida here too?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've been, they came from Mexico, and they first landed in California, like almost everybody, because, Tijuana's right there, so Cali's like the next.
Go first to Cali.
So they went to Cali, then they went to like North Carolina, then they came here and kind of made their life here.
Yeah, so they're originally from Mexico, like.
Yeah.
Like, sure. I mean, I know you've been there, like me personally, but like, how do you feel like that impacted like your life?
Come on, bro. In the most like huge and most like humble way, because being born here, and then you see the good of what America can offer, and then you go to Mexico, and then you see the difference, the huge. As soon as you like land,
it's like night and day.
Exactly, bro. So seeing that at a young age, I mean, it just kind of shapes like your mindset to like appreciate, moments, appreciate what you got, and kind of gives you that like that ambition attitude too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now, I mean, and I'm only asking this because like this is something that like I struggle with, like being like half Mexican.
Facts.
You're here, right, in America. Like, do you feel like you're like American. Like I know we're American, and I know I was born here, but like, do you feel American, or do you ever sometimes feel like, oh, you know, it's like he's just a Mexican kid?
Yeah. I think growing up when I was younger, I didn't really understand like, okay, yeah, I know I'm Mexican, but like, how do I fit in America? Like, I didn't really understand the concept until I kind of got older, out of school, just like more in the real world. Like I understood like where like I fit in. So what was the question again?
That's like, no, you're good.
No,
like
I know where I was going, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, like, do you ever feel like, dang, I don't know. No, real quick, it's all good. It happens, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, like, do you feel like you fit in here, or did you ever kind of feel like damn, like I'm Mexican, like people don't accept me here?
Yeah, so like I was saying, since like, you know, growing up, I didn't really understand, but now that I do understand, it's definitely like I definitely get vibes of like, damn, like I don't really fit with this certain type of people, but I also don't really fit with this type of people.
So you kind of feel like you don't really blend in.
No, but that's one of the things about me that I learned to kind of just be myself. Like, you know, maybe I don't fit 100% here or 100% here, but I'll get 50-50 and be my own person, and whoever rocks with me, you know what I'm saying?
You see, I like that, because like my next topic on like fitting in here was, what I was gonna say is like, whenever you go to Mexico, right? It's like here, you know, me and you, we're both kind of born in poverty and stuff, and it's like, here everybody looks at us like, oh, you know, it's just like Mexican kids, like, damn, got little traders, right? But then you go to Mexico and it's like suddenly like
they got money.
Like, oh, everybody looks at us like, I got money. So it's like, did you ever feel like you didn't fit in here, and then when you got to Mexico, it's like, shit, like I don't fit in here either?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, you know, from where we're from, you know, people go over there and they have their nice cars, they have their 4-wheelers, they have, you know, or even like nice clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so even going over there, sure, I was better off than the people who stayed there like permanently, but with the people that also went over there that were from here, like I still didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like I was saying, you know, I kind of just go with the flow, and I just learn to appreciate myself. And
there you go. Like you don't have to like set yourself standards where it's like, damn, I don't fit in with them, or I don't fit in with them.
And it took a minute too. I mean, it took a good while to get to that point, because growing up like in high school, like me just naturally, I'm a people pleaser, right? So like I always want to be like, damn, like I hope they like at least find me funny or like cool, but you know, so. And then, you know, like somewhere in high school, like I kind of like lost that, and I was like, damn, like, do I really have to be this person to like people to like me and shit?
Yeah.
So that was like the turning point for me, where I was just like, you know what, like I'm just gonna be myself. I don't care, like
if people like me, they like me.
Yeah. If I please them or not, I'm just gonna be myself, and you know, that's the purest the way you could be. I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, put it this way, like, you know how you're always, like you say, you're a person pleaser, right?
Yeah.
So you're over here trying to fit in with everyone. Is there any, like, a certain group of people that, like, whenever you're with them, you're like, okay, like, I'm myself and I'm, like, 100% happy, and I'm not, like, putting on the front for nobody? Like, you just, like, pick up good vibes with it right away?
Yeah, well, that's the thing about being, like, cool with yourself, is that you can blend in with anybody when you're at that point, because it's like, say, like, I didn't know you, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm me, I'm just gonna talk to you like I would talk to any other person. So I'm just gonna feed off of your energy.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm being myself.
Yeah.
So if your energy is like kind of shut off and you're not really like conversating with me, then I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. Like he really just ain't digging me. So, you know.
Yeah, it's cool, but like you tried basically
exactly.
like on your end. Okay. Now you say like that's pretty much how everything started changing, like for you, like in high school, right?
Right.
I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about your family too.
But
so like, obviously your parents are from Mexico. You got any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have an older brother and older sister. I'm the youngest of 3.
Okay, what do they do?
So my brother, he has his own tire shop business. He went to school to be something with teeth, dental something.
Okay.
And then he switched over to electrical engineering. He got his degree with that, but you know, he went to the route of being his own boss, so you know, that's cool. And then my sister, she is a State Farm agent, I believe. Her husband has his own firm.
Okay.
So she kind of just helps, you know, with the whole.
Your brother's, I know your brother's here in town.
Yeah,
Where's your sister at?
Yeah, my sister, she moved over to Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's.
You like Pennsylvania?
dude.
Yeah.
One of the things about like going to different states or having family in different states, you kind of, or what I do is like when I go somewhere, like I try to see how people live there, you know what I'm saying? Like, and contrast it to like obviously Florida, because I know Florida, that's where I've been. So
yeah, that's all you know.
Yeah,
so, far,
so
right?
it's just, even though we're all American, but like each state and each community and each city like really has its own world.
Yeah, they're
like,
so different.
Exactly, bro. So just like peeping game, like that type of game, like you just know, you know what I'm saying?
You pick up on little things from everywhere.
Exactly.
Now, would you ever move to Pennsylvania?
Honestly, I probably would.
Yeah.
But I can't do the winter, so I'd probably be like a snowbird or some shit.
So it wouldn't be now, it'd be like years down the road,
Yeah,
like when you got bred and like that.
Yeah.
Would you ever move anywhere else? Have you ever thought about that? Like leaving Florida?
Nah, dude, I love Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, just the heat is just starting to get to me a little bit.
Well, we can tell.
Nah, but I mean, it's starting to get to me a little bit. But I mean, you know, when you're a true Floridian, you can withstand it.
Yeah.
But I know once I get older, I'm gonna get like lazier and just not wanting to deal with that shit. So maybe, but. Nah, Florida will always be.
You're gonna pull it kind of like how like your parents, my parents, they just kind of like go to Mexico. And go
yeah,
to
that's the plan to retire there. But Florida, like I said, is always gonna be.
So, all right, kind of going back a little bit to high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, say you're graduating, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like for those of y'all that don't know, Adrian was smart as heck, right? Yeah, you did IB, did honors, he did everything.
No, but funny story though. Before you get to your question, I went from IB, which is like.
Top of the top,
whatever you want to classify that, but it's like, you know, like a program for like smart kids, right?
Yeah.
So I did that freshman year. 10th year I went down to honors because I was like, nah, fuck that, like I just couldn't, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, honors is like fits me, like that's perfect, you know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Junior year I went just to regular shit.
And then what, you were failing your classes?
Nah, I wasn't even failing, bro. I was just like had no motivation for school.
Right. That's is it just me, or do you kind of feel like high school obviously has like it's smart kids and it's got like, you know, it's like honors class and stuff, but like I did honors and I did all that, and it's not really so much that it's like hard. I almost feel like it's just like work ethic, like you really just gotta find the time, because like I did honors and I know I could have like got an A in every class, but at the same time, like dude, like I'm a 17-year-old that kind of like wants to go out. I have a job, like you don't really want to do all that. You ever feel like that too?
Yeah, exactly. And then senior year I ended up like just like almost just getting by, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
so it was just funny how like my descent was like, but just the way that like the school system and education is good. Right,
yeah.
Everybody can agree that it's good, but just the way the system is set up is like, I just feel like it doesn't really capture people's intelligence. It just captures like people's ability to like memorize or like be good at test taking, like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I kind of like understand why they do certain things, but yeah, sometimes I feel like, man, you mean to tell me, like I've had conversations with people, I'm like this fool is not like like life situation wise, like they don't pick stuff up, but if you give them, you know, math problem, boom, boom. Yeah, exactly. So whenever you got out of high school, like what was your initial thought? Like your brother, like you said, your brother went to school to be an engineer. Like were you like, okay, like do I want to go to college, or do I want to do this? Like, did you have any idea whatsoever what you wanted to do, basically?
I thought about college very like briefly. And
if you were gonna go to college, what was it gonna be for?
Something with business, and yeah, like something like, cause I'm good with like money and like finances and stuff like that.
Okay.
But like I didn't just want to do like a little simple business degree, and like, you know, like I really wanted to like, that was like something I was gonna like dive deep into, but like I knew myself, like I started thinking, I was like, nah bro, like I know myself, like because every year in high school I would start like, nah, like I'm gonna try, like I'm gonna do good, and like the first month, 2 months, like I would try, and then I like fall back and like get uninterested, and like, so I knew that was gonna happen with college too.
Especially if it's a 2-year program.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I was like, you know what, like I'm not even gonna try and like fool myself, you know what I'm saying? Like,
so at the time, like once you graduated, did you have a job?
Oh yeah, I was working since 14, 15. So since 10th grade I was working.
Where at?
With my brother.
So like whenever you graduated, that's where you were still working at the tire shop?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I graduated, I was working with my brother for like 4 years after I graduated, and then I started real estate. still currently doing real estate.
How old were you when you first got your real estate license? Like
20,
I know it's not
21, something like that.
Yeah, that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, and that honestly taught me.
So kind of going back into it right before Nico
had a little babies, bro.
Yeah. All right, you were telling me that that real estate taught you a lot.
Yeah, dude. Real estate definitely taught me a lot in like a lot of different aspects. But the main one is that it just taught me how to be fearless, bro. Like out here in the world, like you try to be as good as possible, but no matter what, like the real world is just nasty and filthy, and like it just taught me to be like fearless. Like gave me like tough skin with people, and like just and also like how people like think too, like and people are liars, bro. Like people lie so much. And
like what do you mean by like fearless? Like kind of like either like step on them or they step on you?
No,
or
not like just fearless as in like just talking to people. You know, like the thing about real estate is like they train you, but like it's like a textbook training, like. You know what I'm saying?
Like by the book.
Like by the book, but like once you're just thrown out there. So when you're just thrown out there, you're just like vulnerable, innocent, just trying to do good.
So here you are, like how old were you?
20.
20. Like trying to sell, let's say like a 50-year-old house. Like they're probably just like mad. Like they don't even. They're like, man, how can I take this guy serious?
Yeah, dude. I remember going to like some houses, and I'm all dressed up, like like a realtor should be and stuff, and the owners would be like, "Oh, you're the agent?" And I'd be like, damn, like...
Yeah, like, come on, man, like...
Yeah, I'm like, what's wrong? Like,
yeah.
But obviously, like, I have a baby face, so, like, they just didn't expect that. But it's like, people are just, like, so judgy, so, like...
Yeah.
They're just nasty, bro. Like,
just off of looks and anything, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you just taught me how to be tough,
Okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, is that something... You say you still do real estate, right? Yeah. Is that something you see yourself doing, like...
I started doing that full time, and then like slowly I just started picking up on stuff like that, and I was like, dude, like I'm not gonna like be stressed all the time or like just feel shitty all the time just to make like a living. So I still do it now, but I only like do it like people that I know or people that like really want help, like what I'm saying. I'm not out searching for the business or anything.
Like if it comes to you, it happens. Exactly. I got you. And what else do you do?
And right now I work with this dude. Well, this dude's funny, but yeah, his name. I'm not even gonna say his name, but I do pools. I clean pools. It's me and this other guy, and that's chill because I'm by myself. I get to just have the freedom of listening to music, do my own thing, work at my own pace, kind of make my own hours.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the job is like repetitive. But the freedom that I get from it is pretty nice. So.
Yeah, that's what people don't see though. I feel like people would just be like, "What? You could have been being a realtor full time and now you're cleaning pools." But what they don't see is like, but like as a realtor, I was stressed out of my mind working from the moment I wake up to the moment I'm done, and now I feel like you're a lot more comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I see you got a baby, right? All right, so obviously
9-month-old.
Obviously, you got your baby mama, right? How'd you meet her, man?
So it was after. This was like years ago, bro. 7 years ago, something like that. It was after a wedding. I was with your cousin Abner. I think he had came down to we had went to a wedding, and after that we went to IHOP to eat, and she was there with like her sister and her friend or something. And I didn't know her at the time. Abner did, so they like chopped it up or whatever. And I was like, "Damn, she's kind of good looking, right?" So I asked Abner. I was like, "Damn, bro, who was that?" Blah blah blah. And he told me, and and I went home, hit that Instagram.
Slid in the DMs.
Nah, I didn't slide in the DMs. I think I like followed her. She followed me, and then I commented like on one of her pics. She had like a bandana, like a Tupac bandana, like what I'm saying. I was like, okay, Tupac, or some shit like that. Yeah. And she just started going back and forth in the comments, and then she was like, hey, text me because I'm not really on here too much. Although she was always liking shit and everything, like, so I knew she was on there. But she was like, hey, text me because I'm not on here so much.
You can tell right there.
So I was like, bam, I got you, bitch.
We got me.
I fucking just
brought it in.
Nah, but yeah, that's how I met her. And then we just started chopping it up, hanging out, and
Nico, when he's 24, he's gonna be like, "Hey, Dad, so how'd you meet my mom?"
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna clip this right here and just
just forward it up right to him.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, and then obviously you guys had a baby. How long ago did you have a baby, man?
9 months, bro. January 10th was when he was born, and bro, craziest experience of my life, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
Changed,
God.
like life changing,
bro. And it's life changing at that moment, but it's even like more life changing like as like the time goes on, like you look back and you're like, oh shit, like this dude used to like not open his eyes, sleep all the time. Now he's out like waking, like so. It's just like you gotta do things differently, bro. Like no more sleeping in. Always having to change diaper or like looking after him, make sure he's not choking, this and that.
Yeah.
It's just
you're pretty much on daddy duties at all times.
All the time, bro. Go to work, come back, do my little hobbies, and then the rest of the time is him, bro.
Damn.
Which is tough. It's tough, but it's so rewarding too. At the same time, like when you're holding him, he just like hugs you, or like
when you get home from work, is he like happy as hell?
He's happy as shit. So it's worth it.
Whenever you found out that you were gonna be a dad, right? Because I mean, you're young, man. So it's like, did it kind of hit you like as a like the typical guy, like I don't want to have a baby, or were you more kind of like, dude, like bring it on, like I'm ready for this?
Well, we knew what we were doing. Obviously, we were in the mindset of like, if it happens, it happens.
And I'm like, eat my watches, bro. No.
No, but I was getting to that, bro. Like, coming from like a traditional Mexican household, like they want you to be married first, then have a kid.
Yeah.
So when you do it the opposite way, like that was like not a stress, but it was like something that I had like on my back of my mind. I was like, bro. Like how am I gonna tell him, like I'm literally the youngest kid. My 2 older brothers literally set the example the right way, right? Like got married, had kids, and they made their life. Yeah. So then there's me, the youngest one. I was like, bro, oh my god, like I'm literally like a failure, But nah, dude.
How'd they take it though?
They received it well, bro.
Your dad didn't tell you like you gotta get the hell out the house?
Nah, dude. They were happy. I mean, my dad's good with kids.
Yeah.
But my mom was happy. She gave us a hug and just told us like what we should know, this and that. And my dad, he was like, oh shit. And, he doesn't really talk that much, so he was just like.
But when he talks,
he was like, oh, está bien, and he was just saying que bueno, this and that. But yeah, no, it was definitely like the first week when we found out. I literally had like anxiety like the whole time, like that whole straight week. Like I just felt like so anxious, like maybe because I still hadn't told my parents, so that was like a worry.
Like it was kind of killing you
like
in the back of your head.
Yeah, it was just there, and I was like, damn, like where the hell are we gonna live? Like, like
because it goes from just maintaining yourself to now you gotta maintain like 2 other people.
So and we weren't married, so it's like how are our parents gonna take it and this and that. So it was just a lot of mixed emotions.
But I think you got blessed though, man, because I think your parents and your suegros, like they were both really cool about it, like, or they were.
Believe it or not, my baby mama's mama. She's like the coolest like lady ever, right? Like she can joke with you and all that. So we were like, nah, when we tell her, it's gonna be like flying colors because she's so like cool, understanding, and she's literally the one that took it the hardest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What'd she tell you guys?
Celeste, we had like some like little gift or whatever, and we gave it to her, and she's just like, what? It's like, nah, it's nah. You better not, Celeste. Like I was just like.
You just sitting there.
I was just that meme.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, bro. And her dad, we were scared of her dad and my dad. And my dad took it well, her dad took it well. So,
but she didn't.
Yeah. So it was just crazy, bro. Like,
how long did it take for her to finally be like, okay, like it's happening? Like,
I mean, I think at that moment, like when we told her, but like the first initial reaction was like, nah, dude, like come on, like are you kidding me? So,
yeah.
But after a while, she was just kind of like, it's done, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. What would you say is like the lowest point in your life, like the very like bottom of the pole, like?
Probably, honestly, I think there's 2. So one, when I was in high school, and like I was telling you that I was like just trying to figure out like who I was, where I fit in. The moment where I knew that I needed to stop like kind of like living for others and kind of like focusing like on me or like what I thought, that one, because I went through like a slight depression. I don't want to say like full blown, because like I know people like have it way worse. That's like really like.
Nah, but I think like a depression is a depression.
No, yeah, but I don't want to like discredit anybody that's actually really like going through like a death, of a family member, like something deep. That's kind of like just something personal. But that and probably like not now, but like most recently, because like I said, just being a father and kind of like having your own responsibilities, your own like relationship with your lady is just tough, because you gotta like manage job, you gotta manage relationship with your lady, manage helping with the baby, manage friendships,
your family, just
family.
Everything.
So
it's hard to balance everything out.
It's tough, bro. It's really tough. So I think that was probably one of the lowest. But the good thing about coming, I feel like where we come from, like we've struggled before. So like even though that is like a tough struggle, like I feel like I've already practiced in the gym for those type of struggles. So like I was able to, so I was able to like kind of like get myself back together. But I think those two. Moments,
okay. Now what would you say is like very like highest moment? Like you can't name a better time or like a happier time than that.
I think the memory, like where I felt the purest, like of happiness, is obviously when my son was born. But before that, when I was in middle school playing like baseball, when that was like my life. And so like our parents, they worked like hella crazy, so like they couldn't make it to my practices every time, they couldn't make it to my games every time. So I remember one time, I think it was like a practice, and so I knew like in my mind, I was like, well, my dad or nobody's gonna be here, it's just gonna be me, right? So I was doing my thing, practicing or whatever, and I just like looked, and like my dad was like just looking at me, just chilling, like he was there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, damn, like that shit felt good.
Like he just probably worked 12 hours and brushed here just in his dirty clothes.
Nah, it was like he was clean, like I don't know how, but he was there. I was like, damn, like, that shit felt good.
Hey, you ain't taking to McDonald's after?
Hell no. That took me back to frijoles.
Like frijoles and la casa.
Yeah, shit.
Nah, that's dope though, man. Yeah. But you see, I like that about you though, that because it's like a lot of people, bro, like when they fall down, like, and it's not a bad thing, but I feel like people need help. Like, yo, come pull me out of this. Like, come help me out. But I feel like you're so strong, bro. Like no matter what life will throw you. Like literally, like they could be like foreclose your house, take away your cars and everything, and I know like somehow, some way you would be able to get out of it.
Yeah, but that's true. But I think I picked that up from my brother, because when I was working with him, I would see him like when I would fuck up like on a job, right? I'd be like, damn, bro, like this is literally the end of the world. Like there's no ways that this can be fixed, and like my brother would just come and be like, nah, like let me get this resource here, let me get this, and like we'll see if we can do it, and bam, like he like fix it. So that was like, holy shit, like there's always like a way, like you might not find it like that instant, but like just I don't know how, but like the world always like.
It's crazy that you say that, because like I remember like when I was moving and you came over to help me, like load the washing machine onto the truck, and I was like, me and you try to guide trucks this high. It was like a dually, right? I was like, yeah, like this ain't happening. Like we're gonna have to call like 30 people. It's not gonna happen. And out of nowhere, I see you reversing onto the ditch, grab a 3 pliers or something, and somehow you got it up there. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. And that's literally how you are, like on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think which is important, bro, that people understand that like there's always a way, bro. Like. And I don't even know like what I can say to like reinforce that, but like there's just always a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And sometimes, this is another thing that I learned from you, and I remember you told me like one time when I was going through some shit, and I was like broke as fuck, and you told me, you're like, bro, being broke is the best time. Bro, because, or what did you tell me? What did you tell me?
I mean, I don't know exactly, but
like at least like if I could paraphrase it a bit, but I remember you told me it's like being broke is the best, because that's when you're the smartest.
Yeah.
And I didn't get that until because I was like freshly broke. I was on that like I always had a job, and then when I was like broke, that's when I was like, oh shit, you start looking at different things you never even thought of.
Yeah, and I mean I've been broke plenty times, and not because like I don't work, but just being young and dumb, like spending my money, gambling, whatever. And that made me like, okay, like I never was like, oh shit, I'm broke, let me go ask for money. Like, nah, f that, because I put myself in this spot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I did was I learned to, okay, I put myself in this spot, like I'm gonna get myself out. So my mentality was, if I have to sell something here temporarily, $60, this will help me pay this, but next week I get my paycheck, I'll buy that thing again, but at least I have money and I have that again. So like I kind of always like in my mind like, okay, I'll take this money here temporarily, pay this off, I'll get more money,
and then fill that gap
up, and then just kind of go like that until, you know, you get into a position where, you know, it's always good to save money for those types of emergencies. So, you know, luckily
that's just something you don't know though till you go through it.
Exactly.
Know?
So I think that's very important for people to know.
All right, man. So wrap this up real quick. So like you told us who you are, right? And like now, I mean, just, you know, hearing you talk, like I know who you are. I'm sure they'll get it now. But like do you feel like day to day there's somebody like that you're trying to be, or like certain things that you're trying to be better at, or you're like already like pretty proud of who you are?
I mean, I'm always proud of who I am, but I have goals. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a vision of like who I want, not who I want to be, but like where I want to be, like when I'm 50, 40. You know what I'm saying? So like, one of those goals is like, I want to be like financially set, where like if I break my leg and I can't work, like I'm okay. You know what I'm saying?
Like it's not a panic.
I don't have to be like, damn, my son's not gonna be able to eat, or like my mortgage ain't gonna get paid. Like I just want to, and another thing is like, at, how old am I, 24? By like 30, 35, like I don't ever want to go back to working for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
So you're trying to lay down like the foundation now, so eventually you could have something like
I want to have something that I could own, that I can call the shots on, that I can like, if something goes wrong, the blame's on me, because, you know, like I'm
but
the
you
person.
want to be in that position.
Like, you know, I just don't take like, I can work, you know, like, cause I can work, but like when I know I'm doing the job correctly, and they still take it out on me that I'm not doing that job, like it just bothers me, because like I'll tell you when I'm like, oh shit, like I skipped this or I didn't do that, but like if I'm actually doing it and they still complain, like that just it's like a pet peeve almost.
Yeah, you know? Exactly, because like you know you're doing
it. Yeah.
All right, man. So just to end this off, right? Like, say it's like 10 years from now, right? So Nico's gonna be what?
10.
Okay, maybe 10. Maybe a couple years, but let's say like it's like 15 years from now, right? And Nico's like just wondering, like, damn, I wonder how my dad was when he was young, like stuff like that. Like, what do you want him to know about you? Like, what do you want him to be like? Damn, like this is how my dad was, type stuff. You get what I mean?
I want him to know that I was real. That I was real. Like I said, when that shift happened, you know, when I stopped living for other people and kind of just focused on myself, like whatever I do, just know that it's like real. Like I don't fake anything, you know what I'm saying? Like if I hang out with you, it's not because like I feel bad that I haven't hung out with you. No, it's because I want to hang out with you. I'm like there, you know what I'm saying? I'm present. Okay. I'm like real. But I also want him to know that if I looked happy, like I wasn't always happy, you know, like it's just, I want him to know that like life is like, it's tricky in that way, like it's too many illusions out here, you know what I'm saying? Like
a picture could make it seem like it was the best Christmas ever, but it really wasn't, you know?
Exactly. And I just want him to, you know, I'm just like anybody else, honestly, you know? Like I grew up like millions of other people did, and you know, kind of just made it the best out of every situation.
That's cool. 10 years from now though, we're gonna do another one. We're gonna see what's changed. Alright.
Yeah. Well, a question for you: what inspired you to do this?
The videos?
Yeah. Well, this interview, like what, like, and call it like interview or what?
Well, I'm gonna drop another video for that, like explaining that. Okay. But the reason why I wanted to interview you, honestly, I'm not gonna cut it because I want to tell him this. But the reason why I want to interview you, man, is because like you're my homie. But sometimes I feel like, you know, like girls can like call each other up and like check up on each other, like what's up, girl? Like, oh shit, how's your day? Oh, you know. But I feel like as guys, like we're so busy then when we call each other up, it's more of like, yo, you done for the day, or oh, what you doing later? Oh, okay, all right, bet, I'll let you go.
Yeah.
But we never really like call each other up and be like, yo, dude, like are you good? Like, for example, who knows, bro? What if like you and your baby mama got into it, or what if I don't know, say your pops or something's going on, right?
Right.
And it's like, but like we don't ask those questions. So sometimes like I want to ask them questions. I just felt like this would be a good time too, you know?
Bro, you should have, because I think that's super important, because and I've had other conversations with other people that grew up, like, for example, my parents, you know, they showed me like love. Well, my mom did especially, right?
Yeah.
But like when it came to them, like I didn't really see much like love between them. So my first like example of what love was more like business. Was more like my mom cooks here, my dad eats, my dad goes to work, my mom goes to work. Like it wasn't like they spent time watching a movie or went out or anything.
Yeah.
So that affected me. Now that I'm like I have my own family and I see like things a little bit differently. Like I see that the way people grow up like shape who they are, obviously, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that is something that I'm like trying to learn how to do is be more expressive with my emotions, my feelings, because that hurts in like relationships, you know.
Because even though you might be used to it, like you grew up that way, like she might have grew up in a household that was like nothing but love. So
the opposite.
So if like she doesn't see enough of that, she's gonna be like, bro, this guy don't love me, you know?
Exactly, and that even happens just with like friendships, just how you're saying that, like, you know, sometimes you want to ask those questions, but like to me it's like, yo, like if you seem okay, like I'm gonna think you're okay, like, but I should feel and want you to like express how you are. But like, and I also think that it's like a society thing with like men, you know what I'm saying, like men, like it's like a thing where like men should always have it together, like they shouldn't like feel sad, they shouldn't feel
like whenever a guy is like sad or like depressed, or like get your shit together.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. What I mean? So I think that's real important that you kind of brought that up.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. But yeah, man, that'll be my first one for today, and hopefully, just so y'all know, it's no shave, no